Boy, do I have some highlights for you. Colorado and Oregon. Well, Oregon put up 42 points on Coach Prime, so that means it's Prime no time. Yep, Coach Prime only scored 6 points. He is very disappointed in his team. And, yeah, Oregon's head coach, while they're getting clicks, we're getting wins. Something about that, I don't remember exactly what it was. It was a famous quote anyway, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I don't know how I forgot about it. Anyway, yeah. Today's Tuesday, September 26th. Today's episode, Prime No Time. Let's jump right in to our game highlight. By the way, I'm Brayden Slater, your host of this show of Down and Distance. Yeah, now let's jump right in to our game of the week. Number 6, Ohio State versus number 9, Notre Dame. It was a ball game. It was quite a ball game. If you love offense, well, this wasn't the game for you unless you watched that fourth quarter. Yeah, it was very defensive game. I expected it to be a defensive game. I knew that Ohio State has one of the best defense in the Big Ten. They were going to give Sam Hartman a hard time. He did all the way up to the fourth quarter. They had a lead, but Notre Dame's defense was not that great. Ohio State ended up winning 17-14 with 366 yards. 240 passing, 126 rushing. Penalties, okay, really even there. Time of possession for Notre Dame, they outright won that, but it wasn't enough to beat Ohio State. I mean, look, they beat them in rushing. Passing could have been better, but yeah. Kyle McCoy, oh my goodness, he had an amazing game. And he had the game-winning play call. Yeah, he noticed that. I think everyone noticed that. But, he noticed that Notre Dame had 10 players on the field for the last 2 plays of the game. And they didn't even send anyone on for that last play either. So he's like, wait, the guy missing, he knows where the guy's missing. He hit it to the running back right there and scored. He went 24 for 37, 240 yards. He averaged 6.5 yardage. He really didn't score any touchdowns. He just let it all on the running backs. And, there's my game-winning notes. All right, let's check out some big games on the recap. Weekend scoreboard. USC was in trouble for most of the game. Once again, USC figured out how to win the game late in the fourth quarter, but they finally took over. That score looks like they won the game big. They did not. Arizona State was in the game. Yeah, you know that Arizona State didn't score a single point against Fresno State? Yeah. Another, sticking with the Pac-12, Utah beat UCLA 14-7. Now that was a defensive game to much watch. Cam Rising, I'm expecting him to be back next week, if not the week after. So we'll start seeing, once he gets back, we'll start seeing Utah's offense good and healthy. But Chip Kelly, come on, that was your chance to take down Utah as a ranked team. You just couldn't do that at all. All right, Arkansas and LSU. Arkansas had a chance. Arkansas did have a chance to take down number 12, but they couldn't finish. Yep, Brian Kelly knows how to win games like he always does against unranked opponents and basic teams. But LSU ended up winning 34-31. This next one, I wasn't expecting to talk about this game at all. But here I am. Florida beating Charlotte 22-7. Yeah, it was a close game. It was close. At the beginning of the game, but Florida State somehow needs to win bigger. I expect more from Florida from the way they won their games this year. Syracuse beat Army 29-16, and I got a funny recap for both for this game later on for Syracuse running back. And I don't even think it's their fault. But yeah, Syracuse gets a close win, but a win, 29-16. Next game up, we got Appalachian State and Wyoming. This one was a good one. This one, I really wish I was able to watch this game. But Wyoming beat the team that beat A&M and North Carolina the past couple years. And pulls off some big upsets against Power 5 teams. Wyoming knocked them out 22-19. Yeah, that was a close game. And I'm looking forward to seeing how Wyoming looks the rest of their season. But BYU's first game in the Big 12. Well, it didn't go exactly as they planned. Kansas, well, first play of the game. They sent them right back to being independent. They won 38-27, but boy, Kansas is going to be a much-watched team this year and in future years. I'm going to go with Kansas winning the Big 12 the next 3 years. Indiana barely holding off to Akron 29-27. In case you're wondering, yeah, fourth overtime. Yeah, that game went to 4 overtimes. Yeah, you heard me. And it's a so low scoring score. What did they get? Like fourth down stop? Did they even kick field goals? They just get stopped every time? Dang. Missouri having the ball. They are definitely going to be a team to watch to knock down a big SEC team later on. They beat Memphis 34-27. And Memphis is not that bad. I think they have a running at the American Conference. Not anymore. Not anymore. All right, next ball game up, back to the Big 12. Kansas State beating another newcomer in the Big 12. UCF 44-31. UCF is not bad. I think the newcomers in the Big 12, well, especially BYU and UCF and Cincinnati, well, I don't know what's wrong with Houston, but they're a good ball team. They just need to learn how to finish the game. But they're learning the Big 12 way. Texas A&M beats Auburn in a close game, but they managed to figure out how to win that game somehow, some way. 27-10 with Jimbo on the field. But yeah, you'll get to see that highlight in just a minute. Next ball game up, we got Ole Miss and Alabama. Lane Kiffin, once again for the third straight year, had the roster, had the talent to knock out Nick Saban. Had a chance. They were in the ball game, but apparently they don't know how to play in the second half. Alabama ends up winning 24-10. And I think Alabama is back to being Alabama because the way they're winning, beating Ole Miss, that's a good quality win for Nick Saban, I will be. So, Alabama fans who are thinking Dynasty's over, not yet. You want to know whose Dynasty is over? Dabo Swinney. Number 4, Florida State. On the road. I don't even think I remember the last time Florida State's won at Clemson. It's been such a long time. But they end up winning 31-24 in overtime. You're probably thinking, but they almost lost to an unranked team, but know that Dabo Swinney is still Dabo Swinney. Clemson's not that bad of a team. They just have miscommunications. And then the last game to talk about, our Pac-2 championship game. Number 14, Oregon State. Number 21, Washington State. This is going to be a game to remember. Yes, Washington State is now 1-0 in conference. Yeah, conference inside the conference. Anyway, yeah, I got our Pac-2 championship game. Yeah, you see it, the final score right there, 38-35. Washington State is your Pac-2 championship winner. Now on to some fun stuff. That was trash. Week 4, here we go. We're starting with Clemson. Yes, he was trying to get a drink of water, and he got the bottle stuck in his face mask. Summary for Clemson's game against Florida State, I might say. And then the next one, yeah, ESPN had a fun little graphic about Dabo Swinney not having any transfers this year. Yes, 0, and Florida State having 17. Number 5, we go to Army and Syracuse. Syracuse had a good little run. Oh, and then he runs straight to the official, which actually caused Army to help tackle him. And then we go to Oklahoma and Cincinnati. What's this number 10 player on Cincinnati? Yeah, a little shove. No PI. You make the call. Is this pass interference? I think yes. it was not called pass interference. And he's all happy about it. But the official gets in a little nod, be like, you did the right thing. It's like stupid Big 12 officials. Anyway, number 3, we got the Ducks versus Time. Look, he's beating up the Time, beating up Coach Prime. And, I think he lost his helmet. And then BYU and Kansas. Whoa, what a hit. Yeah, that was BYU's first offensive play in the Big 12. Welcome to the Big 12. Yeah, watch it. Watch him come from behind. Boom! Knock him out of here. He's sending a message saying, this is Big 12 football. All right, number 1. Auburn getting an interception. But wait, we got a Jimbo on the field. Make the tackle, coach. Make the tackle. What is he doing on the field? Come on, man. It's upset alert time. I only have a couple for you, but Georgia Tech surprised me. I really thought Wake Forest would get their act together and come back in that game. Nope. It was seriously just like watching the Texas State and Baylor game. I really thought Baylor would come back into this game and win. Did not happen. Georgia Tech, not only did they beat them by double the points they scored. 30-16. Wow. Georgia Tech. Wow. And then we had another overtime game. Northwestern beat Minnesota 37-34. What a ball game. I mean, Northwestern's got their coach issues right now, just like Michigan State. And, wow. I really thought Minnesota would have a chance at the Big Ten division this year, but not anymore. Not anymore. South Carolina, on the other hand, yeah, they're barely beating Mississippi State, but they pulled up and is this an upset? I mean, they were under 500, but now they are exactly 500, so I guess you could say it is an upset, but, I mean, I originally thought South Carolina was the main focus point in this game, but they did barely win 37-30. All right, now it's time for a new segment, Iowa Points Update. Yes, in case you didn't know, the Iowa's offensive coordinator has to score over 325 points this year, not including defense. He was off to a great start, but then he met Penn State's defense. 0 points. Penn State scored 31, so he's still up to 85 points on the season. So yeah, didn't go up at all. So he was on track, not anymore. All right, now time for, I always do that. I just started whacking slapping my table all of a sudden the last few recordings. Anyway, overrated and underrated. My overrated team this week is Colorado. Now, I will say this, Colorado, not a bad team. They were just way overhyped by the media. Now, they will go to a bowl game. But they are not playoff ready. No, Colorado is not a playoff like the media thought they would be. Now, they will go to a bowl game. I will say that. He is doing a great job down there. But, yeah, Colorado should not be favored to win every game. And they got USC this Saturday. So, another game that they probably might be favored to win because of USC's defense. So, it might be a shootout. I think that there will be some points scored. Most definitely. Both teams might score over 50. Yeah, you can quote me on that. Both teams could score over 50 in that. All right. Who is my underrated team this week? This one's going to be a good one. Unexpected. I got Kansas as my underrated team. Yeah, I know AP just put them in the rankings, but I think they deserve more than that. I mean, if you throw out OU and Texas for leaving the Big 12, Kansas is Big 12's only ranked team. And knowing Kansas with football, they're not a good football school, or used to be. Now they are. It's kind of hilarious to see Kansas is ranked, not only ranked, but a better football team than all the other Big 12 teams, including the new 4 coming in. I gotta say, early prediction for Kansas, They probably won't go to the Big 12 championship, well, because they got OU Texas in their way. But I do think Kansas will probably come in a good third, and they're gonna surprise some teams. They're gonna pull off some big upsets this year. All right, let's move on to a segment that I really sometimes didn't like doing last week, but I'm feeling confident now on how my picks did this week. So, yeah, let's jump into my college pick'em for this week. How did I do this week? I went 8 for 2? No way! 52 points. In the season, I'm 28 for 12 with 175 points. No way. And then in the Ohio State Notre Dame game, my total combined points was 36. I'll get to that in just a second. I want to talk about how I did this week. I'm going through it, and I do it based on confidence. I have to rank them based on my confidence on how big the team will win their games. The only 2 games I got wrong were 1 and 2. All the other games I got right. I didn't do half bad. I am actually really proud of how I did this week. And then here we go. Here comes the total combined point. 31 points in the Ohio State and Notre Dame game. Not bad. Not bad at all. Only 5 points off. Now, here we go with the spread. The spread is where I do terrible now. So, here we go. Here comes the spread. How did I do in the spread this week? 5 for 5. Okay, I'll take it. I'm still over 500. I still haven't had a bad spread yet. I'm 24-16, 240 points. Total points, I guess. Wow, I was way off there. But, yeah, way off. I had Ohio State covering the spread by 3.5 points. Close. I was close. They won by 3 points. So, yeah, if they were to just score another touchdown, or another field goal, I would have been set. Or a whole Notre Dame to not scoring a field goal. I think Notre Dame did score a field goal at some point. Anyway, yeah. No, I didn't do half bad in pick'em this week. I mean, wow. It's funny how I could do great in, like, my confidence, but in the spread, even with the same games. I mean, I'm really good at picking the winners, but when it comes down to the money line, it's hard to say how much they'll win by. All right, some NFL headlines for you. Taylor Swift was at the Kansas City Chiefs game on Sunday, and, with Travis Kelce's mom, and then jersey spiked up 400% on sales just because Taylor Swift is friends with Travis Kelce. Yes, and he did score a touchdown eventually. And some more headlines for you. You can now bet and watch games on the same screen. There's a new platform called BetVision, which will let bettors or sports books apps, depending on which one, make it where you can watch and bet at the same time on one app. At the same time with stats as you're watching anyway, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, anyway, dear better, good luck with that. All right, got us a weekend scoreboard for you. Yep, the Eagles, the Bengals, game of the week. Yeah, 25-11. It really wasn't that impressive of a game as I thought it would be, or as everyone thought it would be. I thought it would be closer. It was not. Eagles had full control of the game, and very likely we're going to have the Eagles in the Super Bowl again. It might be the Eagles versus the Dolphins. Early prediction for you right there. Once again, NFL is not very competitive. All right, next ball game up. Saints versus the Packers. Packers won 18-17. Yep, just by 1 point. I think I didn't see this game, but I heard it was good. And the Packers are without Aaron. I almost said, without Aaron Rodgers, they're not half bad. The Packers and the Jets. Boy, the Packers won 15-10. It's been a while since the Packers looked that great. The Jets, well, without Aaron Rodgers, they can't move the ball. I actually thought, the first couple of weeks, I don't think the Jets were that bad, but I guess the Jets are back to being the Jets. Anyway, What a win for the Patriots on the road. All right, next ball game up. We got the Cowboys versus the Cardinals. The game I was not expecting to talk about this game unless the Cowboys won big. Well, the Cardinals put up a big upset. They beat the Cowboys 28-16. What a win. And once again, the Cowboys, their circle of life. Oh, wow, we have a chance this year. Wow, we look really good. Oh, no, we lost the Cardinals. All right, let's start it all over again. Yep, that's the Cowboys cycle right there. A little quick summary of it. Look it up. Anyway, the Rams and Bengals. This one was a good one. Once again, the second Monday Night Football game was the most important one to watch, or the most entertaining one to watch. Bengals put up a big win and finally get momentum going. Yeah, Joe Burrow is back. He's hot, winning 19-16. What a win for the Bengals. And I think Joe Burrow, after that performance, he is healthy. And then this was the big one. The Dolphins put up 70 points on the Broncos. 70 points. Yeah, you heard me. 70 points. 70-20 over the Broncos. Yeah, I know the Broncos aren't that great, but 70 points. This is the Dolphins team that had a Tagovailoa brain injury concussions last year. Wow. Alright, so college football headlines for you. Travis Hunter will be out against USC this Saturday. So, it's still unknown what his injury is, but apparently it was still a dirty hit, according to the media. And he's going to be okay, what I'm told. But, yeah, that's a big loss for Colorado there against USC on Saturday. So, yeah, I guess my money is going to be on USC's offense, so another shootout, I believe, because according to Deion Sanders, if they would have had him, they would have won that game, I guess. Okay, here are my rankings for you. Kentucky is number 25, Oregon State 24. At 23, I got Washington State. 22, I got Syracuse. Yeah, I actually got Syracuse ranked up that high, and Kansas State at 21. Yes, I still have Kansas State ranked. They're not that bad of a team. Kentucky and Washington State are my new teams this year. Not this year, this week. Anyway, yeah. Washington State falls 6 spots, but I still think they're good enough to be ranked. Washington State, man. What a win in the Pac-2 championship, and I like the way Kentucky's been playing lately, too, and also Syracuse. They all deserve to be ranked. Come on, AP. Rank those ones that I have ranked that you don't. All right, moving on to the next one. Top 20. A&M at 20. Number 19 is Duke. Duke is up there. North Carolina at 18. Yes. Miami at 17 and Tennessee at 16. Yeah, I got 3 ACC teams in here, right? Come on, Big 12. Do better. You got to get some ranked teams in there. Yep. I finally moved North Carolina up this time. I really think after that win, they deserve to be moved up. Duke is also in there, and Duke's got a good game. Duke's got Notre Dame this weekend, so they have a chance to improve their resume with the win. But if not, well, I mean, I still think Duke deserves to be ranked. It depends on how badly they lose to Notre Dame. And on to my top 15. Who I got next? Still Florida. I still got Florida ranked. Notre Dame, I still have them at 14. Washington, I got them at 13. LSU is at 12. And number 11 is USC. I really like the way that, Washington, I haven't seen them play, but I'm hearing a lot of good things about them. I know they're number 7 in AP poll. I had them at 13, a little lower than probably some people probably don't agree with me. But, I still think they're a good team. Are they top 10? I'll believe they'll be top 10. They beat a ranked opponent, or close to being ranked. But yeah, on to my top 10 now. This one is really gets interesting when I'm trying to compete with the AP poll. But number 10, I got Alabama. I still think Alabama's the top 10 team. Utah at number 9, Oklahoma at 8, and number 7 is Texas. And I gotta say, Utah and Oregon are like one of the 2 best teams in the Pac-12 right now, and it's really a battle between them. And I think, yeah, I'm really on the verge of Utah and Oregon. I really think Utah is the better team once they get Cam Rising back. And yeah, I'm really back and forth between Texas and Oklahoma as well. But the only reason why Texas is ahead of them is because they got that win over Alabama. All right, top 6. Not really much has changed. I still have Ohio State at 1. Obviously, I'm going to put them at number 1 with that win over Notre Dame. Florida State, I still am at 2. Georgia at 3. Notice how I haven't made any change in my top in this picture yet. Oregon, oh yeah, boom, there you go. Oregon at 6. Oregon, the best team in the Pac-12 right now. And Utah would have that spot to have Cam Rising and beat up some teams better. Michigan at 5, Penn State at 4. Yeah, I really haven't made very many changes in my top 6. Really, my top 4, I made the least amount of changes, but the AP made a change in the top 6 every week. And speaking of the AP making changes, let's take a look at it compared to mine. Yeah, they still have, of course, Georgia at 1. I agree with that. At 2, they still have Michigan. I agree with that. It's very hard with these undefeated teams just dominating. It's really hard to compete. Texas at 3. That's where I get a little, interesting. Penn State at 6. I'm okay with that. They have Ohio State at 4. Yes. Yeah, they finally moved them back up into the top 4. And Florida State at 5. I honestly do not see why flip Texas and Florida State. I do believe that Texas should be 3 if they beat a really good Alabama team. But this is one of Nick Saban's worst Alabama teams. And they're not even that bad. It's just that Alabama's not in the top 10 right now, so that hurts Texas. The only reason why I think Texas and Florida needs to switch. All right, some other notes about the AP. They have Missouri. Check. Yep. Agree with that. Kansas ranked now. Yep, I agree with that. Fresno State ranked now. So that hurts US. With Fresno State ranked, that hurts USC. I'll explain about that later on. Colorado, UCLA, and Iowa all fell out of the ranking. I am quite surprised UCLA was ranked at all. And Kansas, well, they got a good one against Texas this week. They might fall back out, or they might stay in with the win. Washington State gets the big win. They go up 5 spots to 16, and Oregon State and Ole Miss fall down 5 spots with the biggest fall. All right. Let's check out what's going around the network here on Busy Sports. American Day, Saturday at 10 a.m. I got a big show planned for Saturday. Actually, I don't even have anything planned for Saturday, but I will soon. It's going to be a good show, I know that. But Hot Seat will be back on Sunday at 6 o'clock. I already have some good topics planned for Hot Seat. And then Slateboard Podcast, of course, we'll be back on Monday at 6, and it'll be their Monday Night Football game that night. And then Tuesday is Down and Distance. Yep, this great show, recapping a full day of college football. And then visit our website for the latest news, scores, stats, etc. I've said that so many times, I don't know how I messed it up, but yeah, that's all going around the network here on Busy Sports. Alright, it's time for a little option. Yeah, we got a Friday night game. Yeah, we have quite a few of them. 6 o'clock on ESPN. Louisville and NC State. Some thunderstorms could be happening, but someone's gonna win in this thunderstorm. There might be quite a few delays, and the Cincinnati and BYU game might be going on to ESPN News at some point, or they might just take over the channel. This game will be moved to ESPN News or ESPN2 or blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I have NC State winning this game. I know Louisville is a really good team, but I really think that NC State can make a... I think Louisville will have the lead most of the game, but I have NC State making a comeback. 2-minute drill, winning a field goal to win this game. And then our other big game, Cincinnati BYU that I just mentioned, at 9:15, late game, clear sky, 62 degrees. Yeah, full moon. Well, I don't know if it's going to be a full moon, but yeah, little setting the scenes here. And yeah, the first time that these two teams are playing each other in the Big 12, the two newcomers, on a Friday night. It's going to be a good ball game, but who's going to come out on top? I think BYU is going to come out on top. They look the most impressive out of the four coming in, and I think BYU can really can beat Cincinnati and take down a couple of few Big 12 teams. And then we go to the big game on Friday night, 8 o'clock on FS1. Utah and Oregon State. How in the world is this not on like a bigger channel? Seriously, I mean, two ranked teams. Utah won the Pac-12 last year. Oregon State, well, they're ranked. They were Cinderella story last year, but in the Pac-12. But I got Utah winning this game. They're going to win it big, I think, but Oregon State will keep it close majority of the game. All right. Now let's talk about some football on Saturday. Florida and Kentucky is going to be big one to kick it off, 11 o'clock on ESPN. They're at 22 right now, barely ranked, but they're ranked. Kentucky also should be ranked, but this is going to be a big matchup. This can really, if Florida wins this game, it proves that not only do they deserve to be ranked, but they deserve to be talked about. Not really media is really talking about them much. I really think that they are a good football team. Also, Kentucky. These two teams really have a lot to prove that they really are a good team this year. Clemson and Syracuse. This one is going to be a big one to talk about. I can't wait to talk about this one on American Game Day on Saturday. But, yeah, Syracuse is undefeated. They are the better team. Honestly, I think they deserve to be ranked. They're at home. They got the fans on their side. They have Clemson coming in. They have everything going for them. It's going to be a big game. Georgia and Auburn. Yes, Auburn. This one's going to be a bigger game than you think. Auburn's not really that bad of a team. But Georgia is Georgia. They're the number one team right now. But they have struggled in the first half. Auburn is the first half team. Georgia's second half team. Auburn is a first half team. And they kind of flip roles. So if Auburn wants to win this ball game, they need to show up big in the first half and try and keep their lead. LSU and Ole Miss is going to be a big game, 5 o'clock on ESPN on a Saturday. This is going to be a big one. LSU, Ole Miss, 13 versus 20. Going to be a good one. Mainly because Ole Miss almost took down Nick Saban for a third straight year. Fell short, but yeah, Brian Kelly, I think he's totally turned LSU around. I don't know who's going to win that ball game. And then Notre Dame and Duke, ESPN, big game. This was going to be another tough one to pick because Duke looks really, really good right now in the ACC. Notre Dame, they don't look half bad either. They almost took down Ohio State, but they continue to play 10 players on defense. Duke's going to probably win that game. Washington and Arizona. Once again, I don't get to see them because they're on the Pac-12 network, and it's also a late game. So I'll probably be either, I'll probably be going to bed before this game ends. But yeah, this is gonna be a good game. I think this will really be a true test, not a full test, but a really good test to see what Washington is made out of. Arizona is not that bad. And then our game of the week, we go to Austin for Kansas versus Texas. Number 24 versus 3, 2:30 on ABC. Yeah, the Texas is going to go back-to-back game of the week for us. Yeah, we got the Red River rivalry, the next Saturday, so no certain, we're already announcing that that's going to be our game of the week, so get ready for that ball game. But yeah, this is going to be a good one. Last time Kansas came to Austin, they upset them, they beat them. Kansas is a lot better team this year, so no doubt they will be ready to play, and if they pull off this upset, which they can, the pressure's going to be on Texas. I mean, are they back? Are they not? I mean, who knows? I really do not know if Texas is back or not. I really thought they were after they beat Alabama, but with Alabama struggling now, who knows if they're back or not. All right, that's it for Down and Distance this week. I'll see you all on American Day on Saturday.